All right, Lisa, I want to know where they went to dinner, because you know they went to a good spot. SGA gets inside, kicks it out in the corner. Holmgren nails a three. Holmgren had an excellent game. Randall gets a good look in the corner. Hartenstein boxing out, tips it to SGA. Ahead to Holmgren, one stride and a stuff. McDaniels guarding Gilgeous-Alexander. Another throw up. This time Hartenstein able to get it going.
Chet does a good job of showing his hands and not fouling. On the play before with a lob, he's in no man's land. He's not impacting the pick and roll, and he's not back there on the hard.
Better job, Richard. Not in no man's land. He stepped up to put some pressure on SGA.
And Randall puts some pressure, but Hartenstein throws it right back at him.
After the play we just said, he was in no man's land. What a great block.
Williams uses the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander drives on McDaniel, spins inside, uses the left hand. Those are good shots, Richard. He has to keep taking them.
Well, those are the ones, Mike, that have been open all series. The priority. He's going to have to decide, do they want to hang in? Because the barrages are going to come, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading the way. Send it home, big fella. Chet.
Randall off the bounce. Caruso knocks it away. Comes up with a steal. Throws it back, and Gilgeous-Alexander, the unselfish play.
Anytime you turn your back, or even if you don't, they are looking to steal the basketball. And Julius right away puts his head down and doesn't react to get back defensively.
Jalen Williams, the floater in the paint, is up and good. SGA, layup is good. Gilgeous-Alexander got it. Cason Wallace guarding Reed his first minutes. Wallace part of that fantastic Thunder bench. Reed spins right into a double team, knocked away, and another turnover. They're 3 for 16 from the field. In some ways, with that shooting, as Gilgeous-Alexander nails the three. It's a first quarter tidal wave here for OKC. A 15-point lead.
OKC is off and running. Shai, he sees that man back, steps in, knocks it down.
5 seconds. SGA double team, kicks it out in the corner. Wallace a three, puts it in at the buzzer. A fitting end to a dominant first period. Near perfection to start game 5 on both ends of the floor. Terrence Shannon seeing his first minutes here in game 5. There's another turnover. Caruso does it again, and is fouled by Reed.
Told me he's 196 pounds on a good day. He is 196 pounds.
Conley throws it in deep. Randall, triple team, drives in, shot blocked, ball knocked loose. Williams to Wallace. That's William Wallace. Holmgren goes inside, and throws it down. As Reed trying to get aggressive. Another turnover. Jalen Williams goes up and lays it in. Minnesota needs another timeout. Aaron Wiggins back up top. Williams up and under. Off the glass, it's good.
No room to breathe. And then on the other end, it's just constant movement by their offense. Yes.
Wallace, Holmgren, Jalen Williams, Dort, and Aaron Wiggins. Holmgren open for three. Got it.
And that energy himself.
Holmgren inside to Wallace. Back out. Jalen Williams nails another three.
But once he got hurt, that opened up for Jalen Williams. That helped gave him more space, and another steal.
Wallace gets inside, lays it up, and in. Minnesota has no answers.
To continue to put pressure, you see Shai pokes it away from behind. Wallace anticipating. He's in the gaps. He's still close enough to his man. I'll tell you what he's not going to do. He's not going to be criticized for his field goal attempts tonight. He has decided, I am getting downhill and getting to my own.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets downhill and gets his own.
See, this is the thing when Rudy Gobert is guarding Chet, he's got to respect the three-point, so there's nobody in there. Look.
An important 4 minutes, right? Minnesota going to try to get some of their own back, get this a little bit closer.
Again, Shea taking his time. That double screen up top. See, look, Rudy Gobert. Look, that's a contest.
SGA down the lane, shot blocked by Edwards. Terrific defensive play, but Caruso comes up with a steal. Back inside, layup missed it on a foul. Jay Will, as Edwards throws it, steal by Kevin Whitman, said, hey, no, here we play a lot more games. Get back out on the court. Williams, jumper is good. They just will not let up. They are relentless. And pretty much the entire building on its feet as we wind down the first half. Gilgeous-Alexander left-handed, lays it up and in.
The expectation when he came out of Kentucky was not that he was going to be a great player. He thought himself, I could be a quality rotation player and a good scorer.
Lots of contact there. Edwards falls down, looks Ben Taylor as he goes up the floor. SGA spins and an easy bucket tonight. Hartenstein with one hand. Gilgeous-Alexander to Hartenstein. That lefty loft floats it up and in. Edwards finds the corner. McDaniels the baseline. Lost it, got it back, puts it back up, blocked by Holmgren. He was just like a player's developed. He was developed as the G League coach until it was time for him to come in as Williams puts it up and in. And he gets some applause going. SGA pulls up. The mid-range maestro does it again. Edwards, nice fake. Pass deflected and stolen. SGA down a lane, throws it down. More defense to offense.
My coaches always say, don't fake high and throw high. You fake the pass and throw the pass. And even right there, SGA.
Pass inside Caruso out to Dort. Dort lines up, three-pointer is good. It's only their sixth three-pointer.
Just giving his teammates an earful on the bench. I wonder if it's like, hey, let's make sure we're putting this one away.
Gilgeous-Alexander floats it up and in. By the way, Caruso,
as prolific a year as he's had, that three has abandoned him for much of this series.
1 of 7 tonight. BB is Dort. Three-pointer's good. He got hit as well. Naz Reid the save. DiVincenzo goes to the corner, fires away. That one's short. Naz Reid inside, stripped and stolen. Holmgren, extra pass. Jalen Williams, corner three. Caruso hustling to get the rebound. Gilgeous-Alexander nails his three-pointer. 31 points for SGA.
In the game for OKC. But he does so many things that show up on the stat sheet. All of a sudden he gets an offensive rebound. SGA gets the knockdown.
Everybody in the play, they're in unison. The entire building is in unison on these chances. Wallace blocked by Reed. Holmgren right there to clean it up. SGA inside, counted out, a foul.
In so many ways, Mike. His handle, the ability to navigate contact, to somehow, under the bump from Anthony Edwards and the backside help from Mike Conley, to be able to get this off.
SGA has done the same thing for OKC.
Well, another MVP from Canada, like SGA, as Holmgren hits it. Steve Nash, Gilgeous-Alexander looked up to, being from Toronto. Wallace kicks it out. Lou Dort, another high arcing three. It's good. They are ready to party here in Oklahoma City. Again, you think about what Minnesota did as Williams lays it up and in. Cason Wallace out there defending Edwards like it's a one-point game. And of course he comes up with a steal.
I think, believe it or not, they might have been in a box and one there.
They still have room to grow, but I think this year so far, it's still been encouraging as another block by Chet Holmgren.
Dort hits the three! Exclamation points. OKC will have home court advantage against either Indiana or the New York Knicks. Chris Finch has emptied his bench. Doesn't matter who's playing.
Mike, I'm going to be so fascinated to see what Anthony Edwards adds to his game in the off-season as Chet gets another 3 to go. I think, Richard, you touched on this. One of the things he's got to do.
So you are going to have to retool. Every team is going to try to figure out how to beat OKC. He's in that class of player, so he's got to continue making those steps similar to what SGA has done the last 2 years.
Isaiah Joe with the three-pointer. Jang. Time to get the shots up. Oh!
And a demeanor and a consistency to the group that is beyond their years.
They just keep pouring it on. You know, we saw that Westbrook, Durant, but so connected. Obviously, when you win, it's easy to stay connected. It's Isaiah Joe coming off the bench. Jalen Williams tries. Shannon the rebound. The fans serenading. They're still coming up with steals. This is one of the great defensive performances we've seen in NBA playoff history, what they did to a talented Minnesota team. The Oklahoma City Thunder are going back to the NBA Finals.